Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your reading. So I have your astrological chart for the month of June pulled up beside me, and I'm going to take a couple of minutes to go over the things in your chart standing out to me. So if you are a Sagittarius rising, then this astrological portion of your reading will be most accurate. If not, it will still apply. But for the most accurate astrology reading for the month of June, make sure to check out your rising sign video, and they're all linked down below. Now, if you want to get straight to your tarot reading, then check the description for the timestamps to jump straight into the tarot reading, okay? Now, moving on to your astrological reading, one thing that I did, or a few things that I wanted to know is, first off, is your sun is conjunct your north node in your 7th house, the sign of Gemini. So I really see you understanding people from a deeper place in June, Sagittarius. Like, for instance, there's an understanding or a point where you meet someone in the middle that you weren't necessarily really able to before, or you weren't able to understand them before. Like how we may not agree with our parents and how they raised us, but once we have children of our own, it sort of deepens the understanding of who our parents were, no matter if we agreed with how they parented or not. You know, it's like we get to know our parents on a different level once we become parents ourselves, right? So some of my Sagittarians have been hurt by the people closest to you, and it's a pain that cuts deep because you could never understand why before. Not that this is justifying what happened, but there is a desire to know and understand the motivations of people in your life, with your 7th house, the house of relationships, being ruled by the sign Gemini. And Gemini is the energy of information, intel, knowledge, learning, communication. So there's this really deep need to understand the people in your life, where Sagittarius, you're almost like saying, well, if I'm going to have you in my life, then I need to be able to understand you. If I'm going to share my life with you, I'm going to need to be able to converse with you, to communicate with you, to talk to you about certain things, to understand you at a certain level, at a deep level. I was telling you my 7th house, so I completely get it. But you know, being ruled, your 7th house being ruled by Gemini like that, this is all about, you know, like I need to clearly be able to know and see who you are and to relate to who you are in order for me to be comfortable sharing a space, sharing a home, sharing a life with you, being in some sort of partnership or a dynamic, right? So there's the release of self-blame happening here this month of June, and this feels like closure. Finally being able to see or say honestly, like, wow, I was never the problem, or this was never me. It was your decision to act like this or to make that decision, and that's no longer going to be a part of my story, a part of my identity, and it's going to free you of this burden of taking the fault for other people's hurtful actions, especially too because we have Mercury in your sign, in the sign of Cancer, moving through your 8th house. So this is the house of transformation, change, death, intimacy, endings and beginnings, inheritance, right? So there's a new understanding, a more in-depth look as to why certain endings happen, as to why certain things took place. But I see you separating your identity from this person's actions finally. And the South Node is in your 1st house, alluding to how you used to identify with your past or mistakes or regrets. You are separating from that, Sagittarius, and that's going to be so freeing for you. I'm really excited for you guys. And there's this complete rework of how much you value, love, and appreciate yourself with Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, all retrograde, moving throughout your 2nd house, the house of worth, values, assets, and resources. So you may feel like this strange sense of, you know what, I'm ready to be done feeling this way. And just like that, with the snap of a finger, you end your relationship with the past or with your insecurities, with shame, with regret, fear, or anxiety. And the solar eclipse is so built for my Sagittarians. I went through this 2 years ago when the nodes used to be in Capricorn and Cancer. My North Node is in Capricorn. And one solar eclipse, I remember deciding to just simply be done with depression. But the energy of the cosmos was supporting my fight in that. And I had to stay committed to working on myself and my mental health, and seeking support where I needed it, seeking professional help when I needed it, you know. But me deciding to be done was the start of a whole new life. And I see this happening for you. Maybe not mental health, maybe it's not your mental health, but in terms of not being tethered to the things that make you feel like shit, you are severing that finally once and for all this June. And this is more than likely happening because of Chiron and Lilith moving through your 4th house, the house of security and comfort. So Chiron and Lilith in your 4th house almost forces a person to accept discomfort and pain, because healing is painful. So us trying to avoid pain many times means that we're also trying to run away from healing. So anytime we're trying to run away from the pain, we're also running away from the antidote. We're also running away from the medicine, from the prescription. So this fed up mentality and behavior is going to give you the biggest push that you've needed for a while, Sagittarius. Moving on to your solar eclipse happening June 20th to the 21st during the new moon in Cancer. And a solar eclipse is just simply when the moon intersects the sun and the earth. So this solar eclipse is happening in your 7th house. So this here is flipping the scales for you to feel more equal to the people in your life and the people around you, the people that you have chosen to enter into some form of a partnership with. Because before, you might have been telling yourself, I'm not good enough, talented enough, pretty enough, worthy enough to demand anything from other people, to ask of anything from other people, to receive anything good from other people. Your eyes may have been trained to look for the faults and the places that you lack, but now you're beginning to train your eyes to see the best parts about you. And this is remaking your world, but especially your relationships, and it's refortifying them. So instead of your eyes looking for the faults, the weaknesses, the fragile parts of you, you're now looking at the parts of you that make you feel whole, that make you feel strengthened, And this is really important because your relationships clearly have a direct effect on your life purpose, because your North Node is stationed in your 7th house as well. So there needed to be a little bit of separation between the people in your life and your life's purpose, or more of surrounding yourself with people that you feel equal to, that will help build you up to tackle your future, your goals, and your life's purpose. So there's a lot of neutralizing happening here in your relationships. You won't feel inferior anymore. And if you've been feeling superior, that will also change. This is about equal opportunity for growth, evolution, and partnership. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out you guys' tarot cards here to see what else we're seeing for the month of June. These first 4 cards here will be revealing the energy surrounding your month of June. And this card all the way over here to the right will be revealing a message from your spiritual team for the month of June. So let's go ahead and get started. And so we have here the 8 of Inspiration, otherwise known as the 8 of Wands. The Muse of Materials, otherwise known as the King of Materials. Oh, look at that. Then we have the Chariot. This card's been coming up for quite a few signs for this month. We're really getting things moving, huh? And then we have here the 2 of Materials in reverse, otherwise known as the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so if you listen to the astrological portion of your reading, Sagittarius, then the tarot cards are literally saying the same thing. That instantaneous change of heart and mind that's coming to you in June, where you just decide to stop feeling or being or acting a certain way, is being shown here in this 8 of Wands and in this King of Pentacles. The 8 of Wands is quick movement like lightning, and the King of Pentacles is this regal character energy that knows exactly who he is. He knows exactly what he wants. He knows more than anything, though, his worth, his value, how much he brings to the table. You are standing in your masculine King of Pentacles energy this June, Sagittarius, where you decide who you are, what you are worth, and what's worth it to you. The Chariot is you moving forward, knowing who you are, what you're worth, and being ready to conquer and dominate with this newfound confidence. The Chariot is very at home in his own skin, being ruled by Cancer, and he realizes who he is from the card before, the Lover's card. So the Chariot is encouraging you to make peace in your own skin, to establish yourself, much like the King of Pentacles here is also saying to you. He has established himself and is unyielding in that because he knows exactly who he is. He knows he belongs on that throne. And the 2 of Pentacles in reverse over here is saying there's no more dancing around this subject, or guessing, or trying and attempting. Now you are becoming, now you are being, Sagittarius, who you said you would be. Now you are doing what you claimed you would do. Now you are being who you were born to be. The 2 of Pentacles talks about an option, juggling 2 things at once. So for some of you, you would experience moments where you'd feel this burst of confidence and motivation, but then it would slip away eventually. You don't have to juggle this anymore because you have made your mind up, Sagittarius, with this Chariot card here. You've made your mind up that no, this is who I am. This is who I'm becoming. The issue before, the reason why you were juggling this before was because your confidence was wavering. It was faulting. It would fluctuate from time to time, from experience to experience, from relationship to relationship, from person to person. It would fluctuate. And that is why you had difficulty holding on to this King of Pentacles feeling where it's like, no, I know exactly who I am. I know what I'm worth. You may have struggled with those feelings because 1, your mutable energy, your mutable fire energy, but 2, because your confidence hadn't necessarily been established yet. That's what's being established in June. And that's why everything is going to start changing after the solar eclipse happening in June. So by the time July rolls around here, you're going to be feeling completely different, operating on a completely new frequency. So let's go ahead and check out the message from your your spiritual team for the month of June to see what they have to say. And we have here the Six of Inspiration, otherwise known as the Six of Wands. Look at that. You Sagittarius, you guys are in for a win. Oh my God. Okay, so this is the key to your success. This is how you maintain your feelings of a winner, of someone that has made it or someone that has accomplished. Your spiritual team, I'm hearing them say that you have arrived, Sagittarius, because they were waiting on you to embrace you. Your higher self has been waiting on you to embrace you. Like I mentioned in your astrological reading, that your relationships were directly tied into your life's purpose. They were affecting how often or how intensely you pursued your purpose and your potential. Your relationships have affected the way that you feel about yourself and what you are capable of, but that illusion is being stripped away. The Six of Wands, every cell and fiber of your being is going to feel confident, accomplished, and like you are finally flipping the scales in your favor. And your spiritual team wants to say they are so proud of you. Stay brave and courageous, Sagittarius, and realize that it's okay if this feeling is fleeting. It's okay if this feeling doesn't last. It's not meant to necessarily, because it's becoming a part of you, imprinting on your psyche as to who you are. So eventually you will have calibrated this confidence, the Six of Wands feeling into your everyday life, and you will just end up feeling this way, just operating on this level. You will feel successful without the party and the recognition and the celebration that is being thrown in the Six of Wands. You'll transform into this King of Pentacles. He doesn't need recognition and celebration for being him, because like we already established about him, he knows who he is, and that's what you are evolving into. The reason why the Six of Wands comes at the time that it comes at, and then directly after the Six of Wands, we're dealing with the Seven of Wands, where it's like they're fighting, they're trying to defend their success, they're trying to defend everything it is that they have obtained, and is because the Six of Wands is a fleeting moment. It's just a moment. It's just an energy, right? It's something that passes. But something when we're dealing with like the king or the queens, this is consistent energy. This is energy that does not falter. This is energy that does not sway. So this is what you're evolving into. You're evolving into that King of Pentacles from this more so like fleeting sort of like Six of Wands energy. Not that this is a bad energy, it's a great energy, but this is just going to be like that catalyst energy where it's like it ignites this fire in you. And then what you're able to maintain is this King of Pentacles energy here, okay? So let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here to see what else it is that we're seeing for your month of June. So these two cards here are going to be showing me the parts of your chart that Spirit of the Universe really wants to highlight for this month of June. And so we have here Saturn, and Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn and Aquarius, as well as the 10th and the 11th house. And Saturn is the planet of karma, consequences, right? And the next card that we have here is Waxing Crescent. And it says inspiration, creativity, growth, accomplishments, and learning. Okay. So with these two cards here, what I'm picking up from Saturn's coming through very strong. I'm a Capricorn rising, so Saturn is my chart ruler. And I've always looked at Saturn as like that tough loving father energy that will smack my hand, that will hurt me, smack my hand just to get something out of my grip, for my own good. But it hurts. Saturn hurts for our own good. What Saturn wants to say to you, Sagittarius, is he's coming to bless you, and he came to make a warrior out of you, to make you tough. You've gone through some rough experiences, but this was to mold you into this King of Pentacles energy right here that you are becoming. He's also coming not to destroy, but to bring you blessings, okay? He's saying that there's some blessings that belong to you that you may not have picked up yet, because it's like you kept trying to give these blessings back over and over and over again because you didn't know your worth. He said he's coming to bless you. As you know, Saturn, he is a planet of karma, consequences. That's why he destroys things, to level them out, to bring balance and equality. The scales have been tipped away from you for too long, and he's correcting that. So, wow, this is big. You don't want to get Saturn involved in balancing scales because he takes no prisoners, right? So people in your life that are trying to give you a hard time, they really have to be careful, because Saturn is very active in your chart and in your life right now. And anybody that tries to get in the way of that, they're going to get rammed over by Saturn, and it's not going to be pretty, and it's not going to feel good. So people in your life, they need to be careful for sure if they're trying to cause any sort of issues, or trying to distract you, trying to come in and just create waves in your life that you don't need. They're going to really need to be careful, because they're not going to be necessarily just dealing with you. They're going to be dealing with Saturn. And Waxing Crescent, like I said, you're evolving. This energy in you is building up to go from the Six of Wands sort of fleeting energy to this King of Pentacles stable energy, stabilizing energy, someone that's always winning because he has simply decided the score and what he is worth. Like it says in this waxing crescent card right here, accomplishment. Six of Wands is all about accomplishment. King of Pentacles is all about accomplishment. The Chariot is all about accomplishment. So, you know, you're learning like this King of Pentacles, and it says in this card as well, learning. You're very much so learning to embrace, to become your King of Pentacles energy. Let's go ahead and check out these next three cards here to see how Spirit in the universe wants you to deal with any sort of obstacles or challenges that may arise in the month of June. And so we have here, beautiful, we have the card Focus. We have the card Inner Peace. And we have Security. Wow. Focus on what you are doing, Sagittarius. If any sort of issues or challenges arise in the month of June, you just really don't feel like dealing with them. Focus on what you're doing. Maintain your focus and where you are going. Some of you feel a bit new. This is the energy that I'm picking up personally. Some of you here, this energy feels a bit new to establishing your confidence or your self-worth. Like either this is something that you just decided to do, or you're coming back around to having to face your self-worth again. So Spirit is saying stay focused. Like for instance, like some of you guys may have established your confidence years ago, right? But maybe you just got out of a relationship that really attacked your mental health. Maybe it really attacked your confidence. Maybe it really attacked your self-worth. And so it's like, even though you had established confidence, you know, years ago, maybe this recent experience you've just gone through has really sort of affected that, you know? So maybe you're coming back around again to being like, okay, I need to work on my self-worth again. Because this is something that, you know, self-worth is something that we have to maintain, you know? So it's something that can easily fluctuate given different experiences and people that we encounter in our life. So Spirit is saying stay focused because this is so new for many of you. And with this being new, this means that you can be led astray a little easier versus someone that's been working at this for a while. But don't worry, because you are protected behind Saturn. Saturn is your security. Okay, and he will demolish anyone or anything that tries to touch this confidence and inner authority that you are tapping into, because Saturn is saying no, it's been too long of a journey, it's been too hard of a road to get here, and we've worked so hard for you to see yourself the way that we see you, that no one is allowed to touch the universe's work. Because our journey is the universe's work. This is what the universe sends us on to teach us certain lessons. So this is the universe crafting journeys, crafting lessons for us. That the way we can evolve into our highest and greatest potential. And Saturn is here saying nothing is going to touch the universe's work because we've worked too hard to get you to this place. And Saturn is here standing in its security and will remove anyone and destroy anything that wants to distract you or lead you away from that. Okay, so this is all about really maintaining your inner peace. And let's go ahead and check out these two cards here to see what extra messages we are receiving from the universe for you. And we have here, answer the call. Wow, it says, what is your soul calling you to do? Okay. And we have here, look at that. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Interesting too, because we have the Saturn card here. Saturn is the planet of restrictions, boundaries, consequences, karma, reap what you sow, you know? So yeah, boundaries again, like I was saying, this is Saturn coming through, and it's like I hear him saying to everyone in your life about you, hey, give them some room, give them some room. It's like they're trying to block everyone out around you. It's like they're trying to give you some breathing room and keep everyone else out. You know, it's like Saturn is making this like perimeter around you, and he's trying to keep everyone outside of that perimeter and away from you. So the universe still wants to keep people at arm's length from you just for a little while longer until this new energy really integrates into your own vibration. And answer the call. Like I said, this is everything to do with your purpose, Sagittarius. You are not pursuing confidence and authority just because it's nice to have. No, there's a higher guidance coming to you saying that this is a really integral part of your journey. You need to master this frequency so you can better do your work for the collective. There's purpose coming through here. But then again, like I said earlier, my Sagittarians are the cool kids for the next couple years as the North Node and the South Node hammer away at you in your opposing sign, Gemini. So these nodes are touching, the North and South Node are touching on all parts of you because we are connected to our opposing signs. We may be very different from them, but we are connected by the same spectrum, much like in the Lover's card, how the man and the woman, they are very different, extremely different, but still human. They're still very much alike. The fundamentals are the same. So these nodes are affecting every aspect of your life over the next couple of years, okay? Because when we're dealing with energy, we're not just dealing with one side of it. It's both sides to energy. Because energy is very fluid. So it's like, when we're dealing with stabilizing energy, we're dealing with destabilizing energy as well. When we're dealing with calm energy, we're also dealing with chaos energy. For sure, these nodes are really remaking you from the inside out over the next couple of years, because that's their job. They remake everything it is that they touch, which is amazing. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out this card here to see what journey you are on to learning in the month of June. And we have here, it says, health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Okay. So with health, honoring the physical vessel that enshrines your soul, this is all about honoring who you are, Sagittarius. For some of you, this was affecting parts of your health, either mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or physically. And this is why you're being called in June to honor all parts of you for optimal health, basically. So you're really learning, like I said, to see your value. King of Pentacles is coming through again here to say, see your value, embrace your value, love yourself, for sure. Let's go ahead and see these next two cards, which is going to be showing a little bit more of the overall energy for your month of June. And we have here, beautiful wisdom, beautiful. And wow, look at that. Ancestral support. Wow. Okay. Very interesting. So ancestral support and wisdom, Sagittarius, big time. Your ancestors are here and coming through strong as a pillar of support and strength. They're also teaching you a lot with this wisdom card right here. So try not to get overwhelmed, because I'm picking up for many of you, this is all happening very quickly. And that's why oh yeah, that's right. Eight of Wands is right here. Okay, so yeah, excuse me. Sometimes I just forget and I just focus on the cards that I just recently pulled. But yeah, when my eyes came back around here, I was like, oh, okay, that's where that feeling's coming from, that this is happening very quickly. So yeah, we have the Eight of Wands here. So there may be a lot of information and wisdom hitting you very quickly and all at once, but try not to get overwhelmed, and journal as well. Keep a journal or something on you like your phone. So when these pockets of information hit you, you can document them, okay? And you can keep them and save them for later, read them later. I love doing that. I literally made a email address just so that the way I can email myself different things that come to me, because I know, like, well, I can read this later. I can read this at a different point in time. And usually it's always fruits of wisdom, ancestral fruits of wisdom. Let's go ahead and check out you guys' health cards here for the month of June. And we have caffeine free. And it says, Dear Archangel Raphael, I ask that you cut my cords of attachment to caffeine so that I may honor my body's natural energy rhythms without chemicals. Beautiful. Okay. And then the next card that we have is massage. Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me know that I deserve to receive massages and other self-care treatments. Yes. Receive. Work on your sacral chakra a little bit. Sagittarius, if you don't already, work on your sacral chakra, because that's the energy center that deals with our ability to receive. So if you're not able to receive like compliments, gifts, things like that, that's more than likely your sacral chakra being a little blocked or imbalanced, okay? So caffeine free and massage, I feel, are very self-explanatory, coming through very clearly. For those of you struggling with your health, look into your caffeine intake, because you'd be surprised how small things can really seriously affect the body. Many people think like, well, as long as I'm not like smoking cigarettes or doing drugs and I'm fine. And it's like, no, there's chemicals out there that they are pumping into our food, water, and air every single day that are just as toxic, if not more, than those substances. Okay, so look into your caffeine intake. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at you guys' relationship cards for the month of June. And so we have here freedom. Beautiful. Okay. And it says, the energy of freedom supports our sense of limitless possibility and potential, balanced expression, and bold exploration. Oh, I like that. Then we have here playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And then we have your soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Okay. Some of you may have been wondering. There's your answer. So, freedom here is like exactly because you are now free to be you, to know your word, to embrace yourself. This has boosted your confidence big time, Sagittarius. It's made you more attractive. The real reason why women are told how beautiful they are or how much they're glowing when they're getting married or having a baby is because their vibration is so high that this produces a literal glow around your auric field. So you loving you has invited in playfulness and a divine partner into your life. For those of you in a relationship, you may have been searching for confirmation if this is a divine counterpart or not. Well, it is. And invite playfulness into your home or dynamic, your partnership. Give yourself permission to be playful and to be free, okay? And let's go on ahead and check out you guys' final 2 oracle cards here to see your spell cards for the month. And so we have here psychic protection around me now, a shield of gold protecting me, strong and bold. I love that. That's crazy. I'm going to put that over the Saturn card just because he's coming through again. Psychic protection as well as your ancestors are. And then we have here healing. Candle flame burn this hour. Bring to me your healing power. Okay. So psychic protection, this is Father Saturn, again, coming in very heavy, and your ancestors are shielding you as well from anything that is trying to remove you from this new vibration. They will not let that happen. They also know how healing this is for you to be in a body or in a headspace or in an environment that you truly love, appreciate, and thrive in. So this is inviting in so much healing for you. This is really, really beautiful. This is such a beautiful time for my Sagittarians. Like I said, there are going to be a few, rough spots like there is with anything, like there is with any sort of process or journey or learning or growing or evolving. But this is a really critical pivot moment as well as in your life, Sagittarius. This is something that's really going to transform and change your life, which is so beautiful. So this is all that I'm saying for my Sagittarians. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I do pray this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. Don't forget to check out your moon, rising, and Venus sign videos if you have not already. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. Until next time, stay blessed, stay safe, and keep conquering the world. Bye now.